Everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is August the 16th, 2017. Buy and hold, strong hand. Hey, I'm leaving Dublin in a few hours. I don't know if I'm even going to sleep tonight. Hey, you see something there, cryptohwallet.com, get your Trezor, use my affiliate link below, check out all the links below, get your leather case, all those goodies, Ledger Nano, etc., etc. Yeah, I'll be on the road again soon. So let me open up my notes. We're going to try to get this done fast because, again, I'm going to Quebec City in a few hours. I will be there for a month. All you Quebecers, come say hello. So Kona Chuck, a guy who is, he's from Hawaii and he comments on my videos. He's a great guy. He said on the comments, if it were so obvious that Bitcoin will go to 100,000 or 1 million, then everyone would realize the inevitability of it all, and it would already be at $100,000 or 1 million. Interesting. Interesting to think about. I've never really thought about that option before, but I try not to get people excited. I thought I'd read it though. Andy Hoffman is going to be on This Week in Bitcoin this Friday on this channel at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. London time. Other guests on that show, all-star caliber. We always try to bring you all-stars on this show. So pound that like button if you like the guests that come on the show. But 2 p.m. London time on Friday, Aaron Van Weirdum. He's a writer that you've all read. He's got great stuff about Segwit out there. Money Triggs. He's got a very popular Twitter. And so all three of those guys are going to be on This Week in Bitcoin this Friday on this channel. We have one every Friday. It's at a different time every Friday because we have to accommodate our worldwide guest. But it's going to be 2 p.m. London time, 9 a.m. New York City time. And I guess everybody in Europe is going to be really pumped about that one. Since two of the guys will be actually coming from Europe, and Andy will be coming from Colorado, actually. So that'll be exciting. Hey, a lot of people contact me. This is a little insider thing. A lot of ICO people and altcoin people and other people in the space trying to promote themselves. They come to me and they're like, Adam, I want to be on your show. Let's cut a deal. And I don't do that. This is not, there are no advertisements. Like, you don't get an infomercial. There's no such thing as an infomercial. Now, if obviously I don't like ICO. So I'm not going to say, oh, this ICO is really cool. I want to give them a show just off my head. But I mean, there are people out there who are doing legitimate things in ICOs, in altcoins, in other endeavors. I mean, doing things out of the goodness of their heart. And I will say this, I know a media consultant out there who can help you guys. So if you want to contact me at adam@trezorhelp.com, I can get you in touch with this media consultant who can guide you on how to get onto mainstream media shows and the newspapers and just spread the word about yourselves. I mean, you guys are trying hard. You're trying to get on shows like mine, but I do know someone who could probably get you on some big things. So if you're in any space and you need a media consultant, I know someone. It's not me. It is. So email me at adam@trezorhelp.com. If you need any questions, adam@trezorhelp.com, and I can give you a crypto consultation also and help you set up your Trezor. I have 4 clients coming up, it seems like, in the next few days. So that's fun. Bitcoin is, so all of a sudden it's back to 4,300, 4,350 again. I didn't even notice today, that's good. That's healthy. If you didn't notice it today, that's just the way of the world. You shouldn't get enamored with the price. So yeah, I'm still way behind on my emails. And I do, again, thanks to all the people who retweet me. And I'm at TechBalt on Twitter, at TechBalt, TechBalt. So Bitcoin. So here's a tweet from Ari David Paul. I've been in contact with him before. Maybe he'll come on This Week in Bitcoin one day or some other show. If Bitcoin collapses 50% from current levels, it will still beat every asset class for 2017 returns. Whoa, that's pretty hardcore, dude. All right, Tour de Meester, he's got a tweet out there. The list of non-supporters is huge. Bitcoin 2x is not heading to a Bitcoin upgrade, but to a chain split and likely altcoin status. So, okay, everyone knows that in November, there's the threat of the second part of SegWit 2x, where the big blockers are going to fork away and create a big block version of Bitcoin, which will be nothing but an altcoin, as Tour de Meester says, and I agree with, because they might list some supporters, but the list of non-supporters is huge. And we've already seen what's happened with Bcash. I theorize that they probably aren't even going to try to go through with the 2x hard fork, that they're just going to go with their final stand with Bcash, that King of the Trolls and his buddies are just going to throw a bunch of money and mining power and whatever you want to say into Bcash and say, this is the real Bitcoin now. Because if they go this 2x route, it's just going to be another altcoin that everybody gets for free, more confusion. So there'll be two fake Bitcoins competing with one real Bitcoin. And it will be obvious what the one real Bitcoin is. So I see them, logically, I see if they want to have a good last final stand, go with the Bcash. But who knows what they're doing? Who knows? Hey, Google, I got this Google water bottle now, man. Thanks a lot, my friends over at Google. It's been an interesting, very interesting experience here in Dublin. Dublin has a lot of corporate offices here. Obviously, Google, Facebook, just a lot of the familiar names. I think there's tax incentives to be located here. And the Google offices were cool. And the Facebook ones are like right around the corner. It's, it's not Silicon Valley. Obviously, the weather here is interesting. So, all right. So, but I will be in Quebec City on Thursday, by Thursday at 6 p.m. So let's hang out, Canadians, back in North America. So Whale Panda, he says, big blockers have Bcash. Bitcoiners have Bitcoin. No one wants 2x. The agreement was already broken by, I'm not going to say their names, King of the Troll via BTC and that guy, in China whose name starts with a J that sounds like jihad. I don't say that. So yeah, good point. Again, good point. Anyway, something about all my traveling and the people that I'm meeting. And by the way, go down to the links below, get your cryptography shirts. 10% discount with the Meister code. But anyway, people need to get themselves out there. I say, what's my saying about, getting out there and being active? What is that saying? I have it, it's, where's my darn sayings? I don't even know my sayings anymore. Be in motion, people. And that's just basically about, the more you network with people, and you can do it through social media too, but the more social you are, and you don't have to be the most social person in the world because you can do this over the internet. It's like you don't have to fear rejection. But if you travel a lot, especially, you're going to meet people. It's going to open all sorts of opportunities. It's better than just sitting around like complaining and watching doom porn. You have to be active. You can't be passive and just sitting there doing nothing. And so, and you can't let the haters bring you down, because the haters will be like, whoa, no, what that dude's saying is not true. It's just not true. It's not true. Okay, so you can either do nothing. You can believe people that say it's all fake, and then you end up doing nothing. Everything's fake. Everything is fake. You end up doing nothing. Or you can take a chance, and it's not a chance, and just get out there, meet people. And see, the more places I go, the more opportunities that pop up. It's amazing. It really is amazing when you have a positive attitude, and when you just get out there, and when you meet people, and when you travel, and and then some people will say, oh, it's so expensive, I can't. It's not expensive. Or you're too cheap, Adam. That's why you're able to. No, anyone can do this. Anyone can save money. There's no to this, people. There's no denying. It's true. I'm living it, okay? So I urge you, you're going to hear more people say you can't do it than say you can do it, if you're on the internet at least, because trolls are the loudest. There is a silent majority who wants you to do good. And a lot of that silent majority are people who have lived lives where now they regret their lives, and they want young people or youngish people to do what they could have done. And they're silent about it, but who knows? Maybe they'll contact you one day and give you $100 or something like that, or send you 0.1 Bitcoin. It's interesting, the people who I get in touch with. So there's your little message of the day. That wasn't exactly planned. What else? Peter Schiff. So we're talking about negative people. Here's Peter Schiff. He has a new video out. I linked to it below. And we all know that Peter Schiff is a gold and silver guy, a precious metals guy. And we all know that Andy Hoffman is also. Andy Hoffman of Miles Franklin, he didn't like Bitcoin at first, but he changed his mind. He loves Bitcoin, Andy Hoffman, loves it. He's going to be a freaking guest on the This Week in Bitcoin show. I mean, that's how much he knows it. He's like a Bitcoin freaking expert, man. People do email Andy Hoffman for Bitcoin advice, okay? So Peter Schiff could just be like Andy Hoffman and be like, you know what? I was wrong about Bitcoin. But Peter Schiff is stubborn. Peter Schiff is stubborn, and he loves his gold and silver. He loves his precious metals. He loves the old school. He has commented on Bitcoin many times in many videos. And today, and just recently now, in this video that I linked to below, the whole video is about Bitcoin. And he admits that he's going to, at the beginning of the video, he says this is going to be about cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or whatever. And it's not a good video. It's just, at times, he's not making much sense. And you watch it yourself, judge for yourself. He says that it's greed that's boosting the price of Bitcoin. I say it's a store of value. And he doesn't really understand that people in other countries need this, and that it really is digital gold, and that people who buy gold from him, they also like Bitcoin. They're using it for the same things, but he's blind to this. He says people won't sell their Bitcoin because they're greedy. Well, okay, why don't people sell their gold? I mean, you can ask him questions. The things he attacks Bitcoin about, you can ask him like, well, why don't they, replace Bitcoin with gold? And there's no good answer to the question either. So watch the video. It's odd even for him. And again, he says that line where he says people don't accept Bitcoin. Businesses that accept Bitcoin trade it in for dollars right away. It's just a way of getting dollars. It's just a way of getting customers. And then he does say, he says, well, maybe there's some smaller people who might accept Bitcoin. I value myself in Bitcoin, 0.1 Bitcoin for consulting with Adam Meister. All right. That's what it is. I don't care what that's worth in dollars. But then he doesn't talk about overstock.com now, that they are going to keep at least 50% of the Bitcoin that they have, and it's going to be more and more companies that accept Bitcoin are just going to keep their stash of Bitcoin and not trade it in for dollars because of the price rise. So, and because they know there's value in it. And he concludes, as he always concludes, Peter Schiff, is that Bitcoin is a bubble. It's going to pop one day, but he makes he changes things slightly all the time. He's like, well, it could go up to $10,000, but it will pop and there will be many losers, he says. And what's going to happen here, people, is that there will be a bit, I have said it for a while, Bitcoin might go up to $6,000 and drop back down to 4,500. There'll be a big drop. There are going to be big drops on future days. So those are going to be good days for Peter Schiff. He's going to get on and say, oh, look, this is the beginning of the end or something like that. And he also, he talks about his gold money thing again. And he says, one of the craziest things he says is that people in the future will price the things they sell in terms of gold. And I don't think even the biggest gold fans in the world, some of the biggest, will agree with that. That's not what it's, I'm not attacking gold here, by the way, people, at all. I'm trying to get into his head, into Peter Schiff's head. And, you know, for him to say they're going to price that in the future, things are going to be priced in gold. I'm going to go to the store and buy an apple and it's going to be listed. Well, how much does this apple cost in terms of gold? I mean, come on. And I'm not saying, and by the way, so that's where he's coming from in this. That's how big of a fan of gold he is. That's how big of a blinded he is by gold, just to hate on Bitcoin. And by the way, I don't care if Bitcoin, I don't think Bitcoin's going to be the what people use for everyday transactions all over the world. I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. And I don't think it needs to be, because I've traveled this darn world and people need to use it to get around capital controls. We're always going to have governments. We're always going to have governments making insane rules and limiting people from Zimbabwe from taking any money out of their country and sending it to South Africa. I mean, that's always going to happen in countries like that. Mozambique, whatever, banks closing, all these things are going to be happening. You're going to need Bitcoin as a tool, a mechanism of getting around government controls, bank controls, all sorts of things. There's many use cases for Bitcoin besides buying coffee. So pound that like button if you like this, and check out Peter Schiff's link below, and be happy that Andy Hoffman is the anti-Peter Schiff, and he will be on the show. And Miles Franklin, Andy Hoffman, silver, gold, precious metals, gotta love him over there. All right, someone on the comments section left. Oh, and the other thing, Peter Schiff says that Bitcoin has done he says the one thing I'll give Bitcoin for is they've done a great job of marketing. I disagree with that. Bitcoin and marketing? Bitcoin and marketing? Dude, Bitcoin has done someone in Bitcoin has stepped up and done a great job of marketing. Bitcoin would be worth a lot more money right now. Bitcoin has not done a good job of marketing. Some of the forces battling Bitcoin, like King of the Trolls, he's done a pretty good job in marketing. And Bitcoin, I'm doing my best here as a one man gang here, traveling the world. You know, if you want me to speak about Bitcoin, I'll speak about Bitcoin. I'll be on your show and talk about Bitcoin, whatever. And I've been doing that. But no, Bitcoin has not. Bitcoin has some individuals who have done some good marketing, but as a whole, no, Bitcoin's marketing could be better. So I don't know what Peter Schiff is. Peter Schiff seems bitter toward Bitcoin. So yeah, a person left in the comments section, getting wealthy should be as exciting as watching paint dry. Professor Tim Taylor, University of Minnesota, Department of Economics. And that a guy in my comments section, I forgot his name, left that. So thanks a lot, man. Thank you. Pound that like button for that guy. Okay, here's another tweet from Alistair Milne. I'm wondering whether it would be possible to retire on 100 to 200 Bitcoin, sell 10% each year or less if needed to fund living expenses. Well, for the first part of the question, I'm wondering whether it's possible to retire on 100 to 200 Bitcoin. Well, I'm not wondering that. So, yeah, it's awesome. Bitcoin definitely, if you have numbers above those numbers, I think you're in really good shape. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. So, you know, we say that 21 Bitcoin, you're going to be in the, you know, there'll only be possibly be 1 million people that would have more Bitcoin than you. So if you're at 210 Bitcoin, there'd only be 100,000 people out there that would have more than you. So if you're at 210 Bitcoin, and that's Alistair did not say 210, he said between 100 and 200 and then selling stuff every year. But dude, if you have 210 Bitcoin right now, I would hold all my Bitcoin, and you're gonna be in good shape. You will be able to, yeah, you should be thinking about a retirement plan of some sort if you don't enjoy working. If you're over 50 years old and you have 210 Bitcoin, you probably should retire. I'm not a financial advisor, so but you should really think about it. So yeah, Bitcoin is also a retirement tool for early people who had the fortitude, who had the, you know, who were willing to take the chance in 2016. If you're willing to take a chance a year ago, yeah, you should be thinking about retirement if you're of a certain age, I guess. It's just very interesting situation how things change in this world, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting. Here's a tweet from Alistair Milne, another one. Coinbase continues to add 33,000 users per day, 200,000 in the last 6 days. The total now is 9.4 million. So, okay, so Coinbase is an international company. A lot of people out there don't like them because their site goes down when there's a lot of traffic sometimes. And I don't know, some people just hate on corporations and stuff. And I'm not saying Coinbase is perfect, but if you believe that number, 9.4 million, they're a big on-ramp in America, at least. And you can extrapolate that number and just start, doing calculations, how many people are on Earth, how many Americans and North Americans are much more likely to have Bitcoin than certain other parts of the world. I'd say that, yeah, less than 1% of the world population has cryptocurrencies. That's pretty obvious. It probably right now, I would say it has to be over 0.5% of Americans have cryptocurrencies, even a little tidbit of it. So that would be 1.5 million Americans right there. I would say, would you guys agree with that? That you think at least 1.5 million Americans have some form, at least a little bit of cryptocurrency for some reason or another. I mean, maybe that's a little high. I don't know. But I think we've got to be real close to that. I think the interesting thing about this Coinbase announcement is that clearly they're growing a lot, and clearly they are going to be the on-ramp for a lot of people, and they're going to get America to be 1% owner, to have 1% of Americans or North Americans owning Bitcoin pretty soon. And I think from my experience, a lot of people still don't understand that you don't have to buy one whole Bitcoin. So what they do is they buy Ethereum and Litecoin because they are cheaper. They think they have to buy, the minimum you have to buy is one of each, when you can, at Coinbase, you can buy $10 worth of Bitcoin if you want to. So the growth of Coinbase is very good for Ethereum and Litecoin. It really is. It really is if you think about it. And it is a big deal to be listed on there. If those numbers are true, they're a big on-ramp for Americans. And Americans are the most Bitcoin savvy population on this planet I have seen, are into it more than anyone. I mean, are into cryptocurrency more than anyone. Silicon Valley, capital of ICOs on this planet, basically. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, but that's just life. All right, so let's talk about international real quick. A great guy who is associated with the Dutch, but he's in Spain. This awesome dude, an awesome guy out there, and he wrote me this email. It's not perfect. There is a program on Dutch television, and one of the things they were talking about was Bitcoin. I think for 10 minutes, an explanation what it is, and then they said price has 4x this year, and someone was giving more information about it. So I think some people from Holland and Belgium, they also watch this in Belgium, might get interested in Bitcoin. Good to see and hear more and more talking about Bitcoin, TV, newspapers, etc. Hey, so I mean, there's a little bit of insight from Holland and Belgium that they're talking about it there. And I've always known those areas have had an interest, but it's interesting. It was just on TV there tonight. And speaking, one last international thing. Always check out the links below. I linked to the guys who make the Spanish Bitcoin show. We launched that pilot here a few months ago, and they're still making it, Juan Galt and the crew. And you just go over there, watch the show, just pound that like button for them, their like button, favorite it, and subscribe to their channel, and just hook them up, because we want, there's interest in getting the Spanish language. There's a huge Spanish language population. And we want to get them hooked up with this show. We want to get them hooked up with Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, whatever. I actually talked to some people here about that too. So I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, this Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, pound that like button. I will see you guys in Canada, in Quebec for the next month. And I'll just chat with a few of you guys now. So see you later. Bye-bye.